welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 11th of August. We have new mods, we have some updates. Before I do all of that, I want to apologise to 82 Squared for yesterday when I reviewed the TLX. And yeah, I missed some things. A couple of people commented, and I went back on. I thought, I'm sure I didn't miss anything. I did, and I apologise. So if we go back over to TLX, just want to show you what I did was went down, and as I went down, obviously presets is the first thing there. So I clicked across to presets and looked at, oh, that looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that, you know. Then carried on looking at the options. If I go down to presets and take preset 1 off, it goes back to standard. I've then got a load more options down here: front grille, extras, lighting, kits, and then mirrors, which I didn't notice. Now, admittedly, if you go for the preset 1, it puts a lot of those options on for you, but there are options you can go for, and I apologise for missing them. So if you leave it on preset standard and then come down and we go to front grille, sorry, I changed the tyres, sorry, wheel brand, let's go back to standard. Front grille, we've got standard, we've got same as main colour, design colour, so if you've changed the colours on those, you can have a chrome one and back to standard. Under extras, we've got standard, we've got side steps, you can have on and off, so you don't have to have them as the preset. Black, so you can have them steel, black. Then we go on to bull bar, we can have bull bar steel, bull bar black, and then steel extras. Then black extras, back to standard. But then we can go with lighting, standard, LED bar, which kind of came as part of the performance pack, strobe bar, bull bar with round lights, bull bar with square lights, bull bar with bigger square lights, and then we can have 1 and 2, so combinations of strobe and beacons, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 2 and 3, then it goes through, and then you can have all. So you can have the bull bars, you can have the extra lights, you can have the top, you know, and the side steps. So I say again, apologies for missing that. Then kits, we've got standard, front bumper design, you can have a front black bumper, you can have a steel bumper, an off-road kit, off-road same as the main colour, off-road steel. Then you've got fender options, which gives you the wider fenders, fenders 2, 3, 4, off-road, back to standard. Then if you go for mirrors, we've got standard mirrors, or you've got tow mirrors. So there are a whole myriad of different options you can actually go for. The thing being that if you go back up to presets and go like that, it kind of gives you a load already. So like I say, apologies for missing that out. It's my fault entirely. So updates for today are as follows. Bottom left, we've got updates to the barn package by Farmer 5 Tom. The map Babrosti by Nismo has had an update. Top right, we've got an update to the gravity wagon by Stoneway Design. The Kuhn Citera 3000-4000 by Matt26. The Man TGX Forest Semi-Trailer Pack by Mr. Force Technic. And the John Deere 953M Swing Loader by NMC Company have all had updates. Now part of those updates is this in front of us. This is the 953M, the John Deere Swing Loader by NMC Company. Now again, this has had an update, but the update, like a few of their mods recently, has been a complete overhaul. One thing I will say, I don't remember this mod. I remember the Fella Buncher, I remember the Mill Loader, I remember all different ones. I don't remember this Swing Loader. And again, it could be the heat, I'm not too sure. I'm just... but anyway, yeah, so this has had a major overhaul, major update, new sounds, new everything. But there's a couple of peculiarities with this as part of the update. So it does say John Deere 953M Swing Loader. But we've got a 953 and we've got a 959 there. The 953 is standard, and if you've seen any of my mod reviews recently with the NMC Company stuff like this, we can have a flat standard option, or you can have the option where you can tilt the cab yourself, so you can manually tilt it into any position you want. So here's where it gets a little bit weird. If we actually go into vehicles and forestry machines. It says on there 959 swing loader, which is the one that's got all the adjustment. You can have it at 4 kilometers per hour or 10 kilometers per hour, which I think is 2 or 6 miles per hour. And that one is 220,000. If you go across the 953 that doesn't have all the adjustment, it's 420. So weirdly, you've got the same options on speed as well. Both of them are 330 horsepower. Why would you go for the 420,000 one? I don't know if that's a glitch or a mistake, or whether or not when you do get it, it's saying 420,000. Yes, I'm a bit puzzled by that. Anyway, that being said, we jump into this one and we can change the control group. We're going to see that quite a bit today. Control group crane at the moment gives you all the regular crane controls that you would expect. It's got a lovely sound to it. We've got tilt functions, and we got up and down like so. We've got, I'm going to go in and out, there we go, in and out like that. Then we've got the actual head itself, open and close and rotate on the head, which is fine. We go to control group leveling and then do L1. This is where I've got all my manual adjustment. So if you're on steep inclines and you're doing your logging or whatever it is you're doing, you can adjust that all manually. Lights are very, very good. When you get in and out, the cab door opens and closes. But I say this one is 220,000, and the one that you can't adjust is 420. So I'm not sure if that's a mistake. I would say I'm not sure. I would have thought so, because in all honesty, if you don't want the tilt function, you can go for the cheaper one, and once you've levelled it, it says, once you've levelled it, which is easier said than done. This is all over the place at the moment. Like about, I don't know, there. Switch it back to control group crane, you'd have to worry again. 200 grand cheaper. So it's a little bit higher, but there you go. Jump out, door opens and closes. Interior, very nice, neat and tidy. Options available for camera are like so. There's not one on the actual crane itself, but there you go. So yeah, I thought, so that's two kind of updates that needed a look at. The Man TGX Forest semi-trailer by Mr. Force Technic, I had a look over that, and I would urge you to have a look at it in more detail. There's a load of stuff on that as well that's been updated. That's why the mod review today says challenging mods. There are so many mods with so many variables, and like I say, I do apologise for missing out the stuff on the TLX yesterday. And when you've got so many different options on so many different things, it really does get confusing. And I often say I am likely to miss something, and apologies if I do or have. So the first of the mods for today. This is the Holaras MES 500. This is by Lucas. We do already have one in game. This has got a couple of extra features to it. Oh, I say a couple. I think it's got one really. I think it's this grill across the top which you can change the colour of. This is a silage leveller, bunker leveller. You will find this in tools. You'll find it under levelers. So like I say, we've got the MES 500 already, the standard in-game one for 7,500, which is 3 slots. This one is 7 slots, still 5 meters, pretty much the same thing. We can change the design colour to red or green, and we can have it without grid or with grid. Those are the options. So, yeah, I mean, really, in essence, the difference between the two of these is you get the grid on the new one by Lucas. Same price, so yeah, it opens and closes just the same as the regular one does, and we've got a couple of options for manual adjust. So we open it like so. We can raise and lower it L1 and circle, or if I do L1, right stick, side to side, we've got some adjustment that way, we've got some adjustment up and down 2 manually if you want to go down that route. rather than having it as the auto up and down like so. So there you go. That's the Holaras MES 500 by Lucas. Moving on. We've got this. This is the bulk carrier agricultural trailer Appoio 16,000. I know that's a bit of a mouthful. This is by J.AModding. This is an auger wagon. It doesn't take everything. It will take the crop types that an auger will take. Basic crops plus seed and fertiliser is what auger wagons generally take. 16,000 litres. Nice small compact unit. Nicely detailed mod. I'm trying to remember if there's any options available on this. I don't think there are. Under tools, under auger wagons, right to the end there. 38 grand, which isn't too bad. 16,000 litres. Requires 120 horsepower to run. This will use 18 slots though. It's fairly high on the slot count. I know it says 1 there. I've already got one. So that's why the slot count then drops down to 1. There are no options available. You get it like that. Pipe folds. Let's jump into here. Like so. And there you go. Although there are bars across the top, I don't know if they're for rigidity. There's not actually a cover option available on this. There's no cover to open or close. If I open up my menu, there's no cover option on the help menu. So there we go. Nice compact auger wagon. Moving on, we have got the MF trailer. This is by Erik, Isac and Agro mods. I'll just hook up to it and turn the engine off. Tipper trailer. This goes up to, I'm sure this is 16,000 litres as well actually. So this is down as the MF trailer. 5 slots. Yeah, I mean it's nice tidy mod. It does the job. You'll find this under trailers. There you go. 10,000 to buy for the standard. It's kind of initial one. Did I say 5 slots? 5 slots. We can change the main colour from red to black to yellow to blue. Capacity, we can have it like that, 12,000 litre. We can have it like that, 16,000. Those are the two options, 12 or 16,000 litres. If you go for the 16,000 litre, it adds another 4 grand on, so it's 14,000 for a 16,000 litre trailer. That's pretty good. Then wheel brand, we've got Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin. Those are your tyre choices. Tips like so. There are no lights on the back. I don't think there are lights on the back. No. And it doesn't have a trailer attached on the back, so you can't daisy chain other trailers to this at all. Nice smooth animation on the unload. I like the fact the trailer, the actual rear door, is you've got a little bit of swing on there. But there you go. That's the MF trailer by Erik, Isac and Agro mods. Jump out of there while that's closing down. Moving on, we got this. This is very nice. Now, I've left this attached to the... This isn't the mod. This is the mod. This is the Randon dumper. This is also by Erik, Isac and Agro mods. This will use 10 slots. Really nicely detailed, this one. Now, this is a dump trailer, but it's big. 60,000 litres. Really detailed as well. Randon are the manufacturer of the in-game so far. We've got the sugarcane trailers and equipment for. Now, this one I had a bit of an issue. Now, it could be the map. Again, I say this sometimes because it could be an issue between the mod and the map. You may not have this problem at all, but when I disconnect this, the landing gear drops into the ground a little bit, which then makes hooking back up to it a little bit difficult. Now, it may, like I say, it may not be the mod that's got a problem. It could be between the two things, or you may find if you use it, it's doing the same thing. But I just thought I'll warn you. I'll also show you that it is doing that, at least on here. This you will also find under trailers. There you go, 92 grand, 60,000 litre capacity. It will take all the crop types, lime, pig food, all those lovely things. Options available, we can change the rim colour. There are a few rim options on this one. We can have chrome, silver metallic, we can have black chrome, white, and we go across to beige, and then anything on that palette. Let's go back to, say, silver metallic. Main colour, we can change the main body of the vehicle or the trailer like so. Slightly metallic look to it, which is quite nice rather than that kind of flat colour that we often get. I like that sort of more metallic-y look to that. It's very nice. We can't change the cover colour, that stays as it is. Around the back, we've got the option of short mudguard like that, where you can see the Randon, or long mudguard, which drops them a little bit further down, but you lose the Randon logo on the back, but that's entirely up to you what you'd rather have. Then attachers, no or yes, so you can have a rear trailer attacher to attach other trailers, or with a dolly and another one of these, or however you want to go about it. But it does have a rear trailer attacher, which is a nice addition. So what we'll do is jump in here, turn it on, cover on, L1 and side on the D-pad. I like the fact you still see the ribs across the cover. Nice feature. Lights on the trailer. Indicators too. Tip, L1, R1 and triangle. It's got a great sound when it does that. Now this tip's really high, so this is another one of those ones that if you're unloading at a sell point that's got quite a low roof or something like that, you're going to need to be a little bit careful. That really goes up. Because of the length of it, it needs to go up high enough to be able to get everything out the back. I mean, that's just a given, so to speak. Right, bring that back down again. You watch it not do it now when I disconnect. Just to make me look stupid. So when I disconnect, see what I mean? The landing gear's gone through the floor. If I hook up again, it kind of puts it level on the floor. There, then it lifts them. I can drive away, but when I do that, it drops through the floor a bit, and you can see there's already there's a collision. That doesn't want to come out from underneath there. Like I say, that could be the map. But the problem is if you do get out from underneath it, which I'm finding difficult, getting back underneath it again to hook back up might be an issue. What I'm going to do very quickly, I always say very quickly, but I'm going to whiz up. We have got quite a few mods today as well, so this will take a little bit longer than usual. I'm going to try it on a hard surface, just so it does the same thing. Yep, still doing it on there. So yeah, just something to be wary of. You know, it could still be the map, but just bear that in mind when you come to use it. Right. Moving on. I'm going to come over here next. This is the Garage Medium by TomSky. Small garage, little side doors there. If you want to put a smaller vehicle around the back in that section there. Around the front we've got two large doors. Unless there are lights that come on automatically at night outside, I can't see any in here. I can't find a light switch. Nicely detailed, nice kind of wood effect, well constructed with the beams and such. Sound effects fit, even with the clonk when it finally closes. This you will find under placeables, under sheds. 15,000 to buy. It was 4 slots, only 4 slots for that. So there we go, little garage from TomSky. Then we've got this. This is the large pole barn. This thing's brilliant. I really like this. Like the look of it, like the design of it. Very cool mod this. This is by j.AModding. It is a large pole barn, but we've got some very nice features to this. Big door at the front here, which obviously opens and closes. We've got some side bunkers if you want to store things to the side here. Light switches just there. Puts the lights on right across the whole thing. Huge door at the side here. So you've got in essence a drive through if you want to go for that, but this is a cavern. I mean, it is absolutely massive. Pole barn because it's poles, as you can see. Huge, huge, huge construction. But a couple of tricks up its sleeve. This is really nice. So you've got this cavernous floor space here. If I come over to the side here, press circle, it has a hayloft for all intents and purposes, but the hayloft itself is big, and this platform as well is a nice size. So if you want to get something bigger than maybe just a skid steer loader on here, you could probably get a telehandler on this. If I just go to there. Now the gap up here, I mean it's a big space up here, but it's not very high, so you're not going to get much tall stuff up here, but you could store machinery up here if you're limited on space. I mean this is a big building anyway, but obviously it gives you the advantage of going up, or if you want to put bales up here or whatever, pallets or anything like that. But it's a nice feature, a nice touch on that. It's a big building, but that's not all with this as well. What this also comes with, where's the switch, there we go. This has also got a fuel point for refueling your vehicles, but what it does say in the Modhub is the fuel from here is 40% cheaper than in-game standard. So it does say, bonus, fuel is sold at commercial price and is 40% less than standard cost. So if you come to get your fuel here, it's a fair old bit cheaper. So yeah, I like this. Not bad at all. This also, another great feature for this, it's not too expensive. Slot count is only 7. I know. Pretty cool. You will find this also under sheds, placeables and sheds. 30,420. That's all for that. Which I think is amazing. Really nice mod that. There we go. Large pole barn by j.AModding. From here we're going to go across the front because we've got some fence posts and other bits and bobs we're going to have a look at. So we have got the wood fence pack by ShabaFS modding. This comes with single fence posts, so when you put the barbed wire sections you've got a single section, a double section and a corner section like so. So you can put your bit down, you can put either these ones next to it, so you line the posts up. It's a little bit tricky to do, but you can line them up. I'll just put them out so you can see them. These come with wooden posts or white posts. They're only like 1 or 2 slots for each one, not too heavy on the slot count. If I recall, were they under decoration? I think they were under decoration, under placeables. There we go, look. So white post 10, 10, and like I said, the slots are really low on these. Yeah, that's 3, so I've already got a wooden one. So 3 slots, yeah, pretty much 3 slots. White wood fence, then you've got the 10 metre wood fence, and then you've got the white corner and the wood corner. So those are the various different options. Yeah, 3 slots pretty much for the first one, then 1 after that. So if you want to put some barbed wire fencing round enclosures or anything like that, you absolutely can. That's the wood fence pack by ShabaFS modding. Then we've got these here. These are the driveway markers. These are by Stoneway design. We've got a small, a medium. No, we haven't. We've got a large, a medium, and a small. Now these obviously are really brightly coloured. So where you've got maybe a slightly longer grass by the side, or you know, sometimes it's difficult to see if your headlights are on. I think these reflect. But anyway, even if they don't, they're brightly coloured. These you will... I'm going to get this wrong. I think they're under miscellaneous. So we start. We have the large marker in the orange or the sort of lime green. 50 each, and again, I think there are only 1 slot for each of them, yeah. Then you've got the medium marker in the orange and green. Then we've got a small marker in orange and green. Those are the various different ones we've got available. Orange and green, small, medium and large. Moving on, we've got this. I like this. This is the Challenger MT900 series. This is by BM86 modding, and I keep saying SiiD modding. I've been told it's SiiD. I would read SiiD as SiD, but anyway, SiiD modding. SiiD, yeah. I apologise if I'm saying it wrong. Nice mod. Very nice. I've got a bit of a thing for the wide tyres at the moment. But look at these ones. Oh, there's a whole load of options available on this. But yeah, very, very cool. Look at this, nice feature, look at that. Rather than cat power. That's clever. Made me smile when I saw that. These are 36 slots, which isn't too bad at all in this day and age. You'll find them under large tractors. Once you've installed them, of course. So the standard in-game Challenger we've got at the moment is 11 slots. So it's a bit heavier on the slot count, but then when you think of some of the mods we have, you know, they're not too bad at all, really. So there we go, the Challenger MT900 series. Now this isn't too expensive either. We've got quite a few options available on this with regard to engine size and tyre choices. I like the look of it already anyway, it's nice. And if you prefer a dual setup or twins, dual or triples, dual is twins, so we can have configuration standard or 400 kilogram weight or a 2,500 kilogram weight. So it puts the weight bar and then it puts all the weights on if you want to go like that, or back to standard. We've got wheel choices of Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas and Lizard. Lizard is what gives you the 1400 LSWs. Nice. If we go back to the Trelleborg, we've got the option of TM800 duals, TM900 710s, TM600 triples, TM600 duals, TM900 singles, or back to the duals again. If we go to our Michelin, we've got TM800 R38 duals, 900 710 duals, TM600 triples. We've got nice gaps between these as well. Sorry, I was kind of at the wrong angle really. TM600 duals, TM900 singles. I think we're back to what we had before. Yeah, the 800 R38 duals. Then if we go to Mitas, we've got 800s, 900 710s, TM900s, TM1250s, which I think was what I went for on the first vehicle before I realised that I could do the Lizards. Then back to the duals again. So that's all the tyre choice options, so quite a few to choose from. Then on our exhaust stack, we've got a silver pipe. You can go with a grey pipe with a kind of a bronzy kind of top to it, or a black pipe, back to silver. Then attachers, we've got standard on the back, standard attach, or we can have the 3-point hitch. Now, unlike the 3-point hitch on the recent Case Steiger and the Case Quad Track, which was also oh no, it wasn't, was it? That was NEFG, wasn't it? Yeah, that was like 27 grand for the 3-point on the back. This is 3,500 to add the 3-point. So not too expensive to put the 3-point on. Now bearing in mind we're currently sitting on an MT955B, 536 horsepower, and we're at 212,000. That's pretty good. If we go to engine, we've got a choice of covers. So we've got no cover, you can see the engine through the gap. You'll see in a minute what I mean. Then we can go for engine cover, so it puts a little cowling over that engine bit. Or we can go for the second engine cover, it takes off the yellow sort of swirl, or back to open engine. Then we're down to engine setup. So like I said, we're on the MT955B. So 536 horsepower, 584 horsepower, 615 horsepower, and that's on the 975B, so on the B model at the moment. So you can get a 615 horsepower Challenger MT900 for 287 grand. With a 3-point link on the back, yeah, I can twiddle around with the tyres a little bit, but you can get one, no problem at all. Now we go up to the C, so on the 955C. So again, we go back to 502 horsepower, then we go up to 584, 615 again, and then we're on to the E version. So we've gone from the B to the C to the E. And you may notice when we go to the E, the bonnet changes, the hood changes. So we've got that Challenger designed, and if we go to the E series, it does that on the front. And we're on 536, then 591, 646 horsepower, then we go all the way back to the B series again. So on the E, we can go up to 646. So if you go through all the different series, you've got the Bs, the Cs, and then the Es, with various different engine configurations through that range. So you can get 646 horsepower for 424 grand, which is pretty cool. I'm going to leave it on that for the time being. We've then got on the back here we can have configuration US1 no lights, US1 with additional front lights, so it puts those front lights on the grill. If we go around to the back, we can have US2, which puts your light bars out behind you, so when you open them they swing out, and then we can have it with the front light option as well. Then we can have US3, which takes them off completely, and then with front lights on. Then we go to EU. Now the EU has these warning squares at the front, warning squares at the back, no lights, then again additional front lights, so you can have it with the front lights on again. Quite a few, like I say, quite a few options. Challenging mods today. Then we've got the EU2, which takes the warnings off the front and just leaves them on the back. No lights, and then with lights. Then we're back to the US 1 again. So a few options available on that. What does it sound like? What does it drive like? Well, that one I went with the B, I think. Oh no, that is the E. That's the 975E. So that's the 646, I think. And that one I went with the Michelins or the Trelleborgs on the wide 1250s. That one is the 1400 LSWs with the Lizard tyres. And that one was only a C variant. I think that's 615 horsepower. I might have gone 596 or something like that. But that's the EU spec. That's an American spec. I've gone with the full front weight on that. Haven't on that. If you go with that one, you get these extra lights on the front there, which is rather nice. So let's jump in it. Beacons, lights, door does open. I always get it wrong. R1 and right stick up and down opens and closes the door. What I do like is you get the interior light come on, so from inside, if I open the door, interior light comes on. Nice feature. In cab, nice details. Engine off, screens go off. Horn, not bad. Fold tractor only seems to work with the certain variants. I think it's the US one for opening and closing the light bar. On the EU one, I've been folding and unfolding and I haven't noticed anything change. So, but steering's not too bad at all. It's not too sluggish on the return. Sometimes you find with the articulated tractors it can be. It's a nice looking mod. I like all the options on it. The pricing's pretty good. You can go up to a 646 and it's going to cost you in excess of 400 grand, but you can go for a slightly lower one, a 615, for much less, you know. Like I said, I've got a bit of a thing for the LSWs at the moment, so that's why I've gone for the big flotation tyres, but if you prefer duals or triples, those options are available too. So yeah, really nice mod this. There we go. That's the Challenger MT900 series by BM86Modding and SiiD Modding. 36 slots. Can't argue with that. I apologise again if I've missed an option or something on it. But yeah, very cool indeed. Which brings me on to these. I think this is the last of the mods. I hope so. I'm boiling without my fan on. This is the NMC Goliath Forest Machines. This is by North Modding Group. These are autonomous forestry machines. Now obviously the same as the Case autonomous tractor we had recently, these obviously won't run on their own in-game, but they don't have a cab. They are autonomous. They can be run, I think in the real world you can have a remote operator like standing near it. I think you can also do it completely remotely. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, but these are very, very cool bits of machinery. Some nice options. Now forestry might not be your thing. If it's not, then that's obviously entirely up to you. You don't have to watch this bit if you don't want to. Nicely detailed mods. We've got a harvester, we've got a forwarder, and we've got a hook lift. Obviously this is the hook lift. I just went with a regular container back, but you can put forestry backs and all sorts of things on there, whatever you want to go with. Like I say, lots of detail, quite a few options. I'll try and get through everything as quickly as I can. You'll find these under forestry machines. So we've got the forwarder, 300,000. The forwarder is 7 slots, the harvester is 7 slots, and the HKL hook lift variant is 6 slots, so not too heavy in the slot count either. So 300 grand, 360, 280, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I suppose not a lot of difference between that and that. If you put a log bunk on the back of the hook lift, you're going to be up around 300 grand anyway, so that's not too bad at all. Options available on the forwarder. We can change the main colour to anything on that pallet, like so, if that's your thing. Tyre choices, we can have standard knock-in, or we can go for the Holaras 4s. Now, unlike a lot of the Holaras 4 setups we've had recently, where you go through and you've got a blue set, a red set, a silver set, and that kind of thing, this is all just the blue ones. So we can go through the blue options like so, or back to the standard knock-ins. Those are the options on the forwarder. If we go to the harvester, we can change the header from the Waratah to the John Deere header, like so. And then we can change again tyre choices. We've got knock-in, or we've got the Pro Grip options on the Holaras 4s. We can go through all the various different setups of the Holaras 4s. If we go to the Goliath, HKL, again we can change the main colour, like so, which does the actual main body and the grab. And then again, knock-in, or we can go for the Holaras 4's options. So the options aren't where there's so much going on, but what you can actually do with the vehicles when you're in them is where we've got a bit more going on. I'm going to open up the side menu because I'm going to need it. So the forwarder. Let's come back out of the way a little bit. So we've got control group crane at the moment. So we've got our crane options up and down, left and right, as you've kind of come to expect. We've got in and out, and then we've got the extension that way. So this is on R1 and right stick, this is on left one and right stick. If I go L1, R1, I can rotate the head and open and close the head, like so. But with my left stick, I can also extend that boom. So L1, R1 and left stick, side to side, I can extend that boom right out to there, and then that boom right out, which gives this quite a reach. Now it doesn't have stabilisers, so if you're out to the side a long way, you have to be careful that it doesn't tip over, but yeah, quite a reach on it. If I then go to control group blade, L1 and right stick up and down, I can raise and lower my blades if I'm pushing logs around, or if I want to lift it a little bit to stabilise, although it doesn't actually, it doesn't go right to the ground. That's pretty good then. So for log movement, I know sometimes they hit the ground and then everything kind of goes a little bit haywire after that. So we can raise and lower the blade, like so. If I go, let's go swing round to the back, L1 and right stick on control group blade, side to side, opens the bunk, and this bunk is massive. Size of that, like so. If I go R1 and my right stick up and down, I can then raise that right up as well. Now I can change driving direction, although there's not actually a cab. L1, R1 and X will swing me around, so if I want to get a better angle at what I'm doing, I can absolutely do that. Camera angles, I can be right on the crane. Let's change back to control group crane, which is rather handy. Or back out to there, like so. So those are the options on the forwarder. I just think the size of the bunk on that is brilliant. L1, R1 and X puts me back in the regular driving position, like so. Now a lot of these controls aren't going to be new to anyone who's done any of the forestry stuff or used any of the NMC company stuff before. So the harvester, pretty much the same. We've got control group crane and blade. So crane, will do my crane options again. We've got our various different options like so. If I do L1, R1 and my left stick again side to side, I've got swing on that. Left stick side to side will again push that boom right out. So we've got quite a bit of movement on there. I can rotate round like so, turn on the header like that. We've got, that's the right one now. Tilt, so if you're picking logs up from the floor for example, you can do that by tilting L1, R1 and right stick up and down will tilt that way. If I come back out. Cut length, L1 and triangle, this goes all up to 30 metre cut lengths. So L1 and triangle, I'm just going all the way up, hit 30, and then we'll go back to 1 again, 30, back to 1. So we can change our cut lengths like so. Control group blade, again, raise and lower the blade, like so. And then left stick, I can open and close that manually if I want to. I don't think I've ever actually used that function when I've done in logging, but and it will still run with the blade down because the blade isn't quite on the ground. So that's the harvester. That will do all your harvesting type jobs. It looks really weird without a cab, doesn't it? It just feels very peculiar. Each one of these does have a trailer hook on the back. There are a few different NMC company logging trailers that are designed specifically to go with these that will hook on the back of them. Which brings us on to the hook lift variant. Now the crane will operate in exactly the same way as both the other two cranes have done. Obviously the header and the crane, sorry, but it will operate all the same functions there. If you put it on crane, it will do that. The difference with this one is we have got the extend arm, L1 and X to extend the arm, because this has the hook lift option as well. We can do control group crane and control group blade, which will do the blade like so. Go back to control group 1 crane, hook up to the hook lift, load container and whatever. Now it does say you need, obviously you need the hook lift packs, so there are various different ones available. Mine's gone blank. IT runner pack is the word I'm looking for. So you're going to need the IT runner pack or packs. There are various different ones available out there. I haven't tried all of the hook lift containers and attachments to see which ones work better and which ones don't. Sometimes they can be a little bit finicky, certain ones for loading or unloading, but this particular one there's a whole load of options for what you can do with it. Camera angles, again, we're on the crane or we're out on there, but there we go. That's the hook lift variant. Put my driving position back again. And that's the Goliath hook lift. So yeah, quite a few options, quite a few machines, quite a few mods to look at today. Again, apologies if I've missed something. You know, it happens. There's a whole load of stuff to go through. I think that's everything for the mods for today. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.